Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, ever since we launched the Modern Art Sudoku pack on our Patreon channel, not behind the paywall, but it's there on Patreon, it's been very popular. There's been a puzzle also that I have been desperate to showcase because it looks so fantastic, and this is it. Now, you can see here on the right is the work of art that is Salvador Dali's. I thought it was called the Melting Clocks, but it's in fact called La Persistencia de la Memoria, the persistence of memory. And on the left is another absolute work of art, which is a working Sudoku by Filthy. And he's created a brilliant version of Salvador's Melting Clock. And we get the 1, 2 from the 12, 3, 6, and 9 are the other given digits. There's some thermos and palindromes and another rule, and we will come to that in a moment. But I just want to say how marvelous this is. Probably best solved by printing out the page and doing it on the artwork, because if we look at how I'm planning to solve it, which is on in our software, I don't think this quite does it justice. You can perhaps just see the melting clock, having seen the previous picture, but that's about all. So that's one of the things on Patreon. You know, it is a great source of extra puzzles, and the Tracking the Cryptid puzzle hunt from the beginning of last month has also been popular. There's a number of crossword videos, and also at the beginning of this month we published the January reward puzzle, which was from Chad Edwards' scavenger hunt, but the puzzle was by ourselves. People have been sending in solutions. I think the ones I haven't read out yet are Glenn Broadway, Jackson Tejada, Tyler Hinman, Lou South, Addy and Kevin, Lady Ruatha, and Thanos Darkadakis. So well done to those for correctly solving the puzzle and sending us the one-word solution. I may keep reading those names out as we go on during the month, or maybe not. Anyway, well done. So don't forget our apps, of course, and to subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. But let's have a look at this La Persistencia del Sudoku by Filthy. And the rules are these, that the grey lines are self-evidently thermos. They start in the bulb and ascend. The numbers get bigger as you go to the end of each line. The yellow lines are not thermos, they're palindromes. They read the same forwards as backwards, so that cell must have the same digit as that one will be the same as that one, etc. And the extra rule is that there is one 9-cell thermo hidden in the grid, not shown. It is straight, so it either forms a complete row, column, or diagonal. There we go. Those are the rules for this wonderful tribute to Salvador Dali. I'm looking forward to it, and do try it on the link below the video if you want to do it in our software, or go to the Patreon page and print out the pack, or just the page and try it on paper if you prefer to do that, as I recommend. Now I'm going to have a go, so let's get cracking. And we've got one longish thermo, a 6-celler, and Simon is not going to shame me into not putting in the possibilities. Have I got this right? I don't know. Let me just be careful. That can't be 2 or 3. I don't think it can be higher than 4. That can be 3, 4, or 5. 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this looks right. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9. I've accidentally hit a 4 there. Right. So those are the possibilities on the longer thermo, which aren't that restrictive. Oh, palindrome, 3. So we can put a 3 in straight away there. Should have seen that. There's not much else, is there? Palindromes tend to only be useful when you can really eliminate a number of digits, but with only 5 effective givens, that's not that useful. We may have to go to this extra rule. Okay, well, this central cell is quite useful, because if we were going to consider a diagonal thermo, whether it was running up or down, there would be a 5 in the middle of it, and there cannot be a 5 now. So there is no diagonal hidden thermo. Now we could still, let's have a look at what are possible running down the grid to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, column 1 looks like it is possible. Column 2 isn't because of that 9. Column 3 isn't either, because this cell would be a 2. Everything else seems to work, but that would be a 2, and that would be the same as this cell, which cannot be a 2. Okay, let's mark in a color. So I'm doing the downs first. One, sort of the first column down is possible. These aren't because of the givens. That's good. 1, 2, 3. That would be a 2 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like column 6 is possible. That's irritating. 1, 2. No, that breaks on the palindrome. It would have worked for the whole thermo, but it breaks on the palindrome because this would be a 2, so that would be a 2, and that's not possible. This has got a given 3, so is this now. Right, the only downs looking down are those ones. Now looking up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, it doesn't work for the thermo, obviously. That doesn't work for the given. This doesn't work for the thermo. Given. That can't be a 6. 1, 2. Oh, these. Well, yeah, these would all need a 3 looking up there. So, okay, nothing looking up works. Now let's go across. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, bother. Okay, well, I'll leave the orange to mean both 1 down and 1 across can work. Now, this can't work because that would be a 9. 9s can only be on the ends of thermos. Same there. Givens. 1, 2, 3. That can't be a 3, actually, on this thermo, because it would need a 2 there. 1. That can't be a 3, it's too far along the thermo. The 6 is in the wrong place, there's a 3 there. Okay, so the only across that works is 1 across. Now looking backwards, that can't begin with a 1, that can't begin with a 1 because of the thermo. That's got a given, that's got a given, that's got a given. This is great. 1, 2, that can't be a 3. Well, the same's true here. None of those can be 3s. So, okay, we are left with 3 possibilities. The first row across, the first row down, and this 6th column down. Now it'd be quite good to eliminate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 4, 5, 6 puts quite a bit of pressure on this. What can this be? Oh, this can't be a 1, 2, or 3, actually. 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, that is quite interesting. If that's 4, 5, 6, because of a column 6 hidden thermo, using the right word, that has to be 7. Which gives us 8 here and 9 here. We've got 4, 5, 6 here. This has to be 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it is just possible. No, it's not possible for this oh my goodness. Okay, it's a little bit complicated, but if we had the hidden thermo running down here, 1 there, 4, 5, 6 here, and 8 here. The 4, 5, 6 there would force this cell to be 7 and make this one 8, but that palindrome would make this one 8. So that is not the thermo. So the hidden thermo starts in this cell, and I'm going to put a 1 in it. But I don't know if it runs across or down. I suppose down, it's all right for there to be a 3-cell thermo there. There could also be a 9-cell thermo. Down would have more effect because you would have a 4 and a 5 there, which would put 5 there and 4 there. You'd have 7 and 8 there, which would put 7 here and 8 here. Oh, that's a very interesting position, actually. Whatever's in here is in here. Yeah, if you had a 4 here, putting a 4 here, that's constraining this set quite hard. And then if you had a 7 here and here, this could no longer be a 7 because the 4 has taken away the furthest degree of freedom there. 7 would be on the thermo here. So it would be on the thermo here. Now you'd have 7 in one of these cells. You'd have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 effective sextuple. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I think there's a problem. That would be a 1. Now, I've just noticed, look, you've got 1 here and 1 here. That can't be a 1 because it's the same as that cell. That can't be a 1 because it's a thermo and not a bulb. So 1 in row 2 goes there, which is going to place 1 in row 3 in one of these cells, 1 in box 9. Now, I think there is a problem. If we had a 4 here and a 5 here, that would give us a 4 here, 7 and 8 there. So the 7 in particular goes onto this palindrome. Yeah, look at these positions. That is the same as that. Let's just colour them purple. That is the same as that. We'll go green. The 3s are obviously the same. Let's do blue. And that means purple, green and blue are these cells. But I don't know actually in which order. However, if that's a 4, one of them is a 4. One of them becomes a 7 because one of these has to be, there's a 7 on those 2 cells that will have to be purple or green because it can't be there. So now these 3 cells, i.e. blue, purple and green, are 3, 4 and 7. You have 5, 6, 8, 9 on the thermo. 1 there, 2 there, 1 there. Maybe it works. 3, 4 and 7 are 3, 4, 7, 5, 6, 1. It could just work. It didn't feel like it could, but it does. 8 would be there. Yeah, that's fine. 8 there and 8. In fact, 8 there. That's no problem at all. Okay, so this is all right. That's intriguing. I mean, if it works, is there some problem with the across that doesn't work? 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes this 7, 8 or 9. 6 there. 7 here. Well, again, that takes 7 out of this thermo. 8, 9. Now, blue, green and purple would include a 7 again. Oh, well, it looks like they must include a 7. Yes, whether we have a 7 here, which puts 1 here, and that has occurred because I'm postulating that the long thermo is down here. So 4 there, 7 there, that puts 4 here, stops this being a 7. And because there are 7s here and here, either purple or green is 7. And the alternative is that we have a 7 here, because the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs along here. That 7 means that blue, green and purple include a 7. So again, 7 is either green or purple. Let us mark it as such. 7's in one of those cells and also down there with a 3. Therefore 7 isn't in these cells. Now this can't be a 6. That's 5 or 4. This can't be a 5. That means this is a 1 in the center. That is absolutely certain now. Now where can 1 be? It cannot be here. But it can be in these two, because it could be there. Quite likely. Anyway. Now, how has this helped? We've narrowed these down to 2 possibilities each. If this is 4, 5 coming down here, that 5 makes this a 4. This now is 6 or 7. Well, this is 7 or 8. This is 9 for definite, because these are 7 and 8. Yeah, I think we've got a problem. Surely, if we bring the long thermo down here, for that to be 4, 5, 7 and 8, I'm just putting them in the corner there. This then becomes 9. This becomes 4. This becomes 3. We've got a possible 3 there or there. 2, 1, 3, 4. Well, maybe this does work. That's extraordinary. I didn't think that there was a possibility of that working. Now, what do the 3, 7 go with then? 3, 3, 3 in one of those places. I'm not sure about that. Now, come on. I have a feeling. Oh, yes. This has put... Oh, yeah, this doesn't work at all. Because that cannot be a 4. Because that 4 puts 4 there in one of these 3, green, blue and purple. There we go. There we go. I think I had sort of seen that. So, the long down thermometer has become impossible because they cannot include 4 there, which would put 4 here, and that would make it would also require it's even more simple. 4 there puts 4 there, but it also in effect puts 4 there because it puts 5 there. That's the problem. Okay, that's how to see it. Is this can't be a 4 and a 5 there, because that becomes a 4, but that becomes a 4. Right. Wow, that's taken some seeing, and I've not gone about that in the most elegant way at all. But we have now ruled out the long thermo from going down here. So the long thermo goes across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Let's get rid of the 7. Yeah, that's fine for 7. Get rid of that. Okay, so now how do we solve? That's 7, 8 or 9. I suppose this was the least helpful resolution of the long thermo, but anyway, we must be able to use it. Now we've got 7 there. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as a triple. No, don't know how that works. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So 2 can't be here because it would be there. 2 is in one of those 2 cells. The middle cell of a palindrome is very unhelpful in that there's no problem with it. It doesn't affect much else. Now 9 can't be there or there. In box 1, not that useful. Can this be 3? That would make this 3. One of these 2. That's okay. No issues with that. 5, 2, 1, 6, 2, 1, 3 or 4 there. 4. Oh, this can't be 4 anymore because we've got a 4 up there. So that's affected the degrees of freedom along this smaller thermometer. This actually is now 2, 4 or 5 with 4, 5 or 6 there. This one is much less constrained, unfortunately. But at least we've got all the possibilities on the thermos now. So now it's really just figuring out how the palindromes can help. 8, no. Oh, well look, we've done, okay, yeah, this is interesting. Right, this is the 4th cell. So that's this one. And therefore one of these. So this has to be 7, 8 or 9. And surely this one, yeah, that's the same. That also has to be 7, 8 or 9 because it's going to go up there. Right, so that gives us 7, 8, 9 triple in box 2. And the other 2 cells must be 2 or 3. And that one, I know it's the center of the palindrome, so we don't know anything about it. These 2, not really. Oh, we've also got 7, 8, 9 triple in row 2. So that can't be 7 or 8. That has to be 4, 5 or 6. This has to be 2 or 3. That's all that's left in the row. So this has to be 2 or 3, and it can't be 2. Bingo. 3 there, 3 there. That makes the 2 and 3 in box 2 resolved. That 3 sorts out this whole thermo. Bang. Ah, that feels like real progress. This is a naked single. 1, 2, 4 pair. That's not a 1 now, so 1 is here. 7, 9, 3, 1. So this is 2, 4 or 6. It can't be 5 because this version of it sees a 5 in the row. 4 is here or here by Sudoku, but I don't think the palindrome prevents that being a 4. Actually, whatever's there and there, again, let's try this trick again, has to be up here. So it's either 8 or whatever is here. So it could still be a 4. Oh, this is not a 1 now since we placed a 1 in row 7. So we've got a 1 at the start and end of this palindrome, which places the last 1 in the grid as well. Yeah, so let's look at this trick again. That one is that, and so is purple or green. This one is not, though. It's either 8 or this. 6, 1, 9, 2, 5. It is indeed either 3, 4, 7 or 8. Everything else is ruled out by what those 2 cells can see. This is the same as that. So it's one of these bottom 3. It's not quite conclusive enough this time. Right, 9 is not in green, blue, purple here. Actually, let's just make that blue. I still don't know which of these is purple and which is green, but 9 is not one of them. Therefore, 9 is never in the green, blue, or purple, and therefore the 9 in box 6 must be here. 3, 9. 8 is not in those either, so it must be in one of these 2. Actually, just almost regular Sudoku would have told me that. This can no longer be a 5. Now we've placed a 5, right? So that takes away degrees of freedom, and that last one can't be an 8. So that's a 9. That makes this a 9. That makes this on the palindrome a 7, 8 pair. They are here and here. That makes this a 9. that is 4, 5 or 6, obviously. Now this can still be 2, 4 or 6. 6 in the central box has to be in one of those two. Now we've got a 7, 8 pair in the column. 1, 9, 3, 7, 8. So this is 5 or 6. That's 2, 4 or 6. This is 2, 4 or 5, but that's on the center of the palindrome. Not helpful, therefore. Still don't know which of these is 4. One of these two is a 2. It could be on the palindrome. It's intriguing how it's not kind of giving up. One of those is a 9. And one of those three is a 5. 1, 2, 4, 9, 6, 5, 3, 8 and 7. Where can 3 go? Still in any of those, and 8 and 7 are very unconstrained at the moment. This is fascinating. Come on, come on, come on. We're nearly there now. 1, 9, 3. If I miss something on a palindrome, 5 has to be in one of those cells. So one of these is 5. I don't think that's... yeah, that is... Oh no, it can't be this purple cell, because that can't be 5, but it can still be one of those two. Yeah, that doesn't quite resolve anything. 3, 4 or 7 there. 3, 7 or 8 there. There must be something very obvious now. You're probably shouting at me, oh look, that can't be 3. So that, well, that can't be 3. Anyway, never could have been 3. I don't know why I ever put 3 there. 3 is in one of those two. It's in one of these two as well. Can it be on the palindrome? Yes, absolutely, sir. Then it would be here, and that's all fine. In fact, 3 is in one of those two. 4, 2, 1, 5, 6, 3, 9. So this is 7 or 8. That's all that's really left for that, which gives us a 7, 8 pair. How bizarre. Is that useful? This is 5 or 9. This is 2 or 5. This can't be 9 because it's on the palindrome. 6, 3, 4, 7, 8, 1. It can't be 9. That is 2 or 5. That gives me an effective 2, 5 pair. Makes this one the 9. Let's take the 9 out of there. I really thought I'm doing something now, and yet it stops again. 2, 1, 5, 6. We know 4 is in one of those. So what about this is now 2 or 5 on the palindrome. And that gives a 2, 5 pair in the row, which stops this being 5. That places 5 here in box 9. This is a wickedly clever puzzle, actually. And that makes this the 2. Right, so we've got a 2 on the... 2, I say, on the palindrome. That's not 2. So that's not 2. So the 2 in box 3 is there. That makes that 4. It's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. That's not 4, so that's not 4 on the palindrome. That is a 7, 8 pair in the column, so 3 and 4 go in. And still we're not done. Now this has to be the same as this. And they can't be 1, 2, 9, 4, 5, 8, or 6. 3 or 7. No, they can't be 7, because there's a 7 in one of those cells. Right, 3. 3. In fact, the 7 in one of those cells makes that one 8. There we go. Didn't see that because it was just a pencil marking. Right, this, we have 6 and 7 to fill in. 6 there, 7 there. That completes row 7. Now, purple and green are now known to be 7 and 2, as they have been ever since we put them up there. Purple is 7, green is 2. Let's get rid of all the colour marking we've done because we've used it all now and it's spoiling the Dali. 4 and 8 there. That puts 4 here. Ooh, I'm still in the colour. 4 here. That puts 4 here on the palindrome. Now, these are 5 and 6, and they're on a thermo, so we know the order. That makes this 5 and 4 and 6 there. 7 and 6 in column 1. 9 and 7 in the last row. 4 and 5. Gives us 8 in the final column. 4 there. 7, 6, 2, 8, 5, 8. And the persistence of Mark has solved the persistence of Sudoku. That was a bit persistent because it was not very straightforward, and that's taken me nearly half an hour. It's really clever though. It's a lovely puzzle. I mean, a lovely tribute to the artwork and really difficult puzzle. I mean, I may well have missed things as we went along there, and there may be a slight... Oh, well, I mean, we found how the impossibility of the long thermo there with 4 and 5 worked, but it took some finding, and I needed to go on a bit of a journey to find that path. Appropriate, I reckon, for this puzzle, and a very good fun puzzle to do. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks to Phil V for creating it. Hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.